Alright, we're back. And let's talk to Alastair for a second. So we know who this fella is. Tell me a little about yourself. Oh, thought I clicked it. Sorry.
As I said, I was trained as a Templar before Duncan recruited me about 6 months ago. The Chantry raised me, and becoming a Templar was a decision made for me a long time ago. Duncan saw I wasn't happy, and figured my training against mages could double for fighting darkspawn. Now, here I stand, a proud Grey Warden. The Grand Cleric wouldn't have let me go if Duncan never forced the issue. I'll always be grateful to him.
We will, Brom. Wait a second. Didn't want to join the Chantry?
It just wasn't for me. I believe in the Maker well enough, but I never wanted to devote my life to the Chantry.
You speak very fondly of Duncan.
I spent years in that Chantry, hopelessly resigned to my fate. Duncan was the first person who cared what I wanted. He risked a lot of trouble with the Grand Cleric to help me.
Maybe Duncan thought you'd be useful.
Or maybe he just happens to be a good man.
I don't have anything else to ask.
Then let's get a move on, shall we?
Kind of a snide mark. Alastair? Maybe he's just a good man. Maybe he is.
You found Alastair, did you? Good. I'll assume you're ready to begin preparations. Assuming, of course, that you're quite finished riling up mages, Alastair.
What can I say? The revered mother ambushed me. The way she wields guilt, they should stick her in the army.
She forced you to sass the mage, did she? We cannot afford to antagonize anyone,
sass.
Alastair. We don't need to give anyone more ammunition against us.
You're right, Duncan. I apologize.
Now then, since you're all here, we can begin. You four will be heading into the Kokari Wilds to perform 2 tasks. The first is to obtain 3 vials of darkspawn blood, 1 for each recruit.
What do we need darkspawn blood for?
For the joining itself. I'll explain more once you've returned.
And what's the second task?
There was once a Grey Warden archive in the wilds, abandoned long ago when we could no longer afford to maintain such remote outposts. It has recently come to our attention that some scrolls have been left behind, magically sealed to protect them. Alastair, I want you to retrieve these scrolls if you can.
What kind of scrolls are these?
Old treaties, if you're curious. Promises of support made to the Grey Wardens long ago. They were once considered only formalities. With so many having forgotten their commitments to us, I suspect it may be a good idea to have something to remind them with.
There's been a spell placed on them, because I don't know about you guys, but papers left outside or in the wilderness for long periods of time don't seem to do very well. Is this part of our joining too?
No, but the effort must be made. I have every confidence you are up to the task.
Oh, me? Awesome. What if they're no longer there?
It's possible the scrolls may have been destroyed or even stolen, though the seal's magic should have protected them.
Oh, a magic seal.
Only
okay.
a Grey Warden can break such a seal.
I don't understand. Why leave such things in a ruin if they're so valuable?
It was assumed that we would someday return. A great many things were assumed that have not held true.
Assumptions are of the devil. How will we find this archive?
It will be an overgrown ruin by now, but the sealed chest should remain intact. Alastair will guide you to the area you need to search.
Find the archive and the 3 vials of blood. Understood?
Watch over your charges, Alastair. Return quickly and safely.
We will.
Then may the Maker watch over your path. I will see you when you return.
So this is like the perfect group we got right here. Guess we got a knight, or basically a warrior. We have ex-Templar. It's going to be our tank, and then we have a thief type, Daveth. Remember when we talked about him? And we have myself, which is a mage. So this is a pretty well-rounded group. Let's go over here real quick and see what we have to do.
Hail. I'm told you all have business in the wilds. The gate's open for you. Just be careful out there. Even a Grey Warden won't be safe in the forest tonight.
Tonight? I want to go in the forest in the middle of the night. Yeah, this been pretty laggy today. Usually my thing goes a lot quicker than that. Load a lot quicker than that. Okay, really quickly, before we plunge into the combat and stuff, like I said, I want to talk to my companions a little bit more. And after we talk to them, we'll cut off this video and we will plunge into the Kafkawi wilds. Let's see what Jory has to say.
I'm ready.
You said you were from Redcliffe?
I hail from Redcliffe, but Duncan recruited me in Highover, a city off the northern coast. Have you traveled there?
Well, depends. In my last life I was one of the nobles from Highover. If you guys know what I mean. I'm so funny. No, never.
I was in Arlayman's retinue when he attended King Marek's funeral. It was in Highover that I met my Helena. I was smitten. She has the most beautiful eyes, my Helena.
Helena of Troy?
Now, for years I found any excuse to return there. We married a year ago. Arlayman gave me leave to serve in Highover,
kind of an ugly
but I was
fella.
attempting to persuade Helena to come to Redcliffe with me, at least until I was recruited.
Oh, so you abandoned her?
Never. I will return to her once my duty is done and the Blight defeated.
How did the Grey Wardens find you?
Last month, Duncan visited Highover, and the band held a tournament in his honor. I won the Grand Melee. It was hard to leave my wife. We married only a year ago, and she is heavy with child now. But Ferelden needs my blade, and I shall not falter.
What do you think of Duncan?
He has a seemingly impossible task, with a scarce handful of Grey Wardens, yet he does not complain or flinch from his duty. We need to find those documents and the darkspawn blood. It should be interesting.
Let's go. That last one can be said.
Indeed.
Yeah, so we've met the knight, Redcliffe, married Helena of Troy, knocked her up, and won a tournament, and now he is going to be a Grey Warden.
Yes?
Where are you from, Daveth?
I grew up in a village about a day's trip to the east. Little blot you wouldn't even find on a map. Haven't been back in years. I struck out for the city as soon as I could outrun my pa. I've been in Denerim for what, 6 years now? Never liked it much, but there's more purses there than anywhere else.
Yeah, I really like this character. So you're a cut purse?
And a pickpocket, thank you very much. Or was, anyhow. Who'd ever guess I'd end up a Grey Warden?
So, how did the Grey
I
Wardens
found
find
them. I cut Duncan's purse while he was standing in a crowd. He grabs my wrist, but I squirm out and bolt. The old bugger can run, but the garrison caught me first. I'm a wanted man in Denerim, you see, so they were going to string me up right there.
What happened then?
Duncan stopped them, invoked the right of conscription. I gave the garrison the finger while I was walking away. Don't know why Duncan wants someone like me, but he says finesse is important and that I'm fast with a blade. You bet your boots I am. Besides, it beats getting strung up.
So what do you think of Duncan?
All right for an old bugger. He's faster than he looks too.
Let's go.
Hey, I'm following you, aren't I?
I always wondered what class Duncan would be considered. Because, you know, the dual wielders, not many actual fighters that are dual wielders in this game. Don't really see any. So is he supposed to be an ex-rogue, or I don't know. Just one of the questions I have when I play this game. Okay, so we got a pretty good idea of our group, and when we get this back, we will continue this Let's Play, and we'll run into the woods and do whatever we need to do out there. Well, really quickly, I wanted to apologize to you guys for I noticed when I was watching the old videos, I was breathing really heavy into the microphone. I got one of those microphones you set on the desk, so I apologize for that. I'll try to keep it farther from my mouth when I'm speaking, so you can't hear me breathing. You know, it sounds like you got some guy with stinky breath behind you breathing down your neck or something. I assure you guys, I brush my teeth quite frequently, so my breath doesn't stink at least. So if that's what you were worried about. Anyways, and on that note, we're going to cut off right here and give it a save. Save my game, and we will continue this Let's Play in just a moment. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. This has been Gothfine.